Well, day 2 here at Fossil Rim Wildlife Center. Rob's gone. I'm by myself, but this is going to be a lot of fun. My first stop, I'm going to meet Kelly Snodgrass. He's the Director of Animal Care here at Fossil Rim. He has some 7-month-old cheetah cubs that are going to be a blast to photograph. Follow me. Kelly, great to see you.
Good to see you too.
How the heck have you been?
Doing great.
What have you been up to?
Well, we've been busy the last few years since you were here. We've, initiated a lot of new conservation programs, and of course, with that comes the educational component.
How important is that conservation and educational component to the people who come here to see these incredible animals?
Oh, it's equal sides. I mean, it's a 50-50 deal. It's important to work with these endangered species and to ensure their survival, but it's just as important to let people know what's going on, how they can help, why that is important to the endangered species of the world.
Well, I find as a photographer, my wildlife photographer friends, what they say, the more, and I agree 100%, the more they understand and appreciate the subject, actually the better pictures they get because they love the subject more.
Oh, I totally agree. If you know a little bit about the behavior of the animal and can anticipate some things, it makes shooting a lot easier.
Give us a great fact about a cheetah.
They can run up to 70 miles an hour. I mean, that's the fastest land animal in the world. I don't think anything can top that.
That's amazing. Have you seen them run that fast here?
I've seen one get up to 55 here, and I'm sure they've gone faster, but I couldn't substantiate the fact.
Well, you know, Kelly mentioned that I was here a few years ago. I brought my family here. This is a wonderful place to bring your family. Remember I had Marco over here? We were watching the little baby cheetahs, little cheetah cubs, I guess is the technical term.
Yeah.
We had so much fun here. So I really recommend that you come out here. They have these tents here, right? You could stay in the tents.
You bet.
And have like a ton of fun. But here's the tip that I want to give you right now. Whenever I go someplace, to a place like Fossil Rim Wildlife Center, or a zoo, or a wildlife park, or even to a place like Africa, the first thing I do, the very first thing I do is meet with the expert. I always have a good expert. I always have a good guide. If you look in the back of my books, you'll see that I give my experts and my guides credit because they really help me get the great shots like you did. You were telling me about the cheetahs that you can anticipate when they're going to yawn by sometimes they give a little raise of their eyebrows or something like that. So yesterday, I have to show you this shot when we get back to the lodge.
All right.
I got a great shot of this cheetah yawning, and it's really in part thanks to you.
Wonderful. Fantastic.
So I really want to thank you a lot. Now, you have some cubs down there?
Yes, we do. Some 7-month-old cubs.
7 months?
Yes.
Think I get some shots of them?
I hope so. We'll give it a shot.
Do we have to walk slowly and quietly down
Always
there?
slowly and quietly.
We're going to go slowly and quietly. Follow us. Let's go.
Right.
Kelly's hanging back. I'm following his advice. I'm walking slowly. I'm going to be very, very quiet because the cubs are just up ahead. I got to get this shot. It's perfect. They're in the shade. Very soft lighting conditions. If they were in the sun, it'd be very contrasty, so this is perfect. I got the shot thanks to Kelly and my camera. Wow, these are some of the best pictures of cheetahs that I've ever gotten. And that includes the shots I got in Africa. The framing's perfect, the exposure's great, the composition's pretty good, I gotta say. But this is the thing, digital photography can make you a much better photographer faster because you can see your results right after you took the picture. So if you make a mistake, like believe it or not, I occasionally do, you can correct it right away. So I really recommend when you're in a situation like this, a once-in-a-lifetime situation, check your exposures. Listen, in case you were wondering what I was doing down there, I was doing a couple of things. First, I was watching the background. The animals were in the shade. I didn't want the background to be brighter than the subject, because if it is, the eye is going to go to the brightest part of the picture first. So I was waiting for the animal to move into the shade. So I was watching the background, but I was also watching the foreground. In one of my shots, right here, there's a single blade of grass going over the animal's eye. To me, that ruins the shot. You know, I could probably take it out in Photoshop, but I really want to be outside taking pictures. The other thing I was thinking about is, of course, I was focusing on the eye, because in animal photography and in people photography, as far as I'm concerned, if the eyes aren't well lit and tack sharp, I've missed the shot. So think about that. When you're taking animal pictures and people's pictures, the tip is the eyes have it. The other thing I was thinking about is the shadow from the flash. You saw I was shooting right up against the fence. Well, the flash was casting a shadow on the animal. Now, when the animals were real close, I had a really harsh shadow. It looked like the animal was behind a fence. But you know what? I've been to Africa a few times. Kenya, Botswana, and Tanzania. I have some great shots of cheetahs. I wanted these pictures to look just like that. So with the animals a little further back, I didn't get any shadow from the flash on the animal's face. Man, what an experience. Okay, Ruthie, ready to go?
Ready to go.
Next location.